Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. I hope you're having a very good day wherever you are. To my right is Lucas. You know who he is, all the way from the US of A. And we're here to talk about West Ham United, Dagenham and Redbridge, Andy Irving, football genius, and more. Lucas, how are you doing, mate?
I'm all right. You'll probably mostly be talking about the match because I did not see a lick of it. I tried, but
I filmed it, Lucas. Listen, I'm power to the people, Lucas.
I watched about 3 minutes and my head started to hurt.
Mate, it was fucking hard work though, man. Because I had the phone like that and I'm trying to adjust it all the time, yeah. And if I'd have one of these gimbal things, I would have been fucking laughing.
Or maybe tried landscape mode, something like that.
Yeah, if someone would have texted me it instead of like doing it when I'm on a live, it's a bit hard. But
and it is what it is. As you know, I would probably say 90% of us were not paying £5 to watch that kind of friendly. But it didn't even matter anyway because the stream was absolutely awful for everyone that paid as well.
Was it?
So that's what I heard. The stream went out and all that, but it's not officially preseason until we pay to stream a match and it goes horribly wrong. I swear we've done this the last 3 or 4 seasons, and every time they've offered money to watch a friendly, the stream has been absolutely terrible. Even the other day when we were in Austria, the stream wasn't terrible, but we missed a goal, and it was out for like 5-10 minutes. Not terrible, but West Ham and streaming just don't go hand in hand.
Mate, no West Ham fan should be paying £5 for a fucking training exercise. That is for starters. I'll talk about the game quickly. The game was dead, mate. And Lopetegui, I'm going to be straight. Lopetegui ain't happy, mate. Like, listen, it ain't all fucking roses in that camp at the minute. And I see him today. He's throwing his hands up in the air. He's animated big time because people ain't doing what he wants them to do. Now, Guilherme for me looks good, but he ain't the finished article yet. Andy Irving, mate. I'll be honest, Lucas. Yeah, this geezer could be a fucking gem for us. You know what I'm saying?
I hope.
He looks a presence, mate. What I like about him is he reminds me of Suchek, but better technically. That's what he reminds me of a lot. Like, I'm going to be honest. His passing's decent. His awareness is good. He's like the goal today, first time touch, bang, finish. No hesitation, none. Like he's good, mate. He's good. And Zouma. Don't get me started on Zouma because I thought he had an iffy first half today, and then I took a photo of him walking out in the second half. He's got fucking ice on both his knees.
It's part of recovery. So.
Yeah, but do you know what? He needs to be sold, man. He does. Do you know what I'm saying?
Would you rather keep him or Aguerd?
I'd rather keep Aguerd, mate. I think Zouma's done. I'm going to be honest. I see him today live, and for me, Lucas, I'll be real. West Ham can't give this geezer away at the minute, and that's a worry. Like we just can't give him away. His defending was fucking hell, a 6 out of 10 at best. Like amount of times he let the ball bounce and he got done by one of their wingers. He wasn't there at all, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get to his comment from Southeast Hammer. Hi, James. Thanks for the stream today. Did you manage to get a sniff of Andy Irving? What's the man smell like? I'll tell you what. Where people on social media can hold a big L tonight. You can hold a big L tonight, all you fuckers, right? We were memeing him for the last year. He's coming now, and he looks good. He really does. What did you think of the goal, Lucas? You must have seen the goal today.
Yeah, it was absolutely lovely, and yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I saw Lawless tweet today about the whole Andy Irving meme and how people have been memeing him, and I do find the whole thing funny because it is like the most West Ham thing ever. How we do this random feeder pro feeder club loan with some random Scottish player we've never heard of. We send him back to Austria, wherever he came from. Now he's back, and from what I've seen in the first friendly, and what I'm hearing today, I mean, so far through 2 preseason matches, he's probably been our best player.
Our midfield is a bit of a problem, though, mate. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say it quite openly. I see what the comment there from South East Ham is saying. Spoke to a few people at the game today. They said that we played really nice stuff. Yeah, we played nice stuff. Don't get me wrong. But we are playing Dagenham and Redbridge. Yeah. But there were so many times today where we misplaced passes. And the final pass and the final ball just wasn't there. Like Guilherme today, I was screaming at like in my brain as I was filming, please play a ball over the top for Guilherme to run onto. Like, and every time the ball was short or over it, or like I could see what he's trying to do, but Lopetegui wasn't happy on the bench. Right, I even said it on film. Like he's going fucking berserk over there. Do you know what I mean? Because he's not happy with what they're trying to do. So listen, it's a friendly. They done well today. They got the win. It is what it is. I think we've got a big issue with Zouma at the back. I really do. I think. I'll tell you, I did think played well today. Second half was what's his name? The geezer was at Wickham last year. I can't remember his fucking name. Gadua. That's the boy. Yeah, I thought he'd done all right. And Mohamed Kudus could have scored one of the best goals I've ever seen live.
I saw on Twitter that he was. It looked like he was playing at like a walking pace, and he still was dicing people up.
He was, yeah, mate. I'm going to be straight. Seeing that geezer live tells me that we've got a special player on our fucking hands. Yeah, he was just like going past people like they weren't even there, right? And I'll never forget it. The ball comes in, and it was my videographic moment, right? It was like the ball comes in. I'm thinking this boy's going to overhead kick it. He overhead kicks it and misses it by about that much. No word of a lie. He just misses it by that much. If he connects, it's a goal, and then it's top corner. Stuart says, appreciate the efforts for being cameraman today. My stream wasn't working in the first half. I did try my best, Stuart. I'm going to be honest. It was so difficult though, Lucas. I'm not going to lie, mate. Like when you're standing like that, yeah, and like these people behind me going, what the fuck is he doing? I'm like, listen, I'm here for the people, mate.
You tried.
The effort was there. Yeah. But Andy Irving, though, man, I'm going to be straight. I don't know. What would you say with him, Lucas? Like, come the 17th of August, where do you see him now? Because 2 games now, he's done all right.
Right. If he continues his form, so he's got a goal and assist in 2 matches, a great goal and a great assist, mind you, as well. Like James Ward-Prowse had the assist for Irving, but like that's just like a basic assist. The goal overshadows the assist, but
yeah,
Irving's assist in the first match to Garrett in the dying seconds, it was a great ball. The goal he scored today, first time, was an absolute peach. And I mean, to me it'd be a bit naive if he keeps playing the way he is the last 2 preseason matches. There's got to be some sort of place for him in this side. Like, would he routinely be coming off the bench? Probably not. But I could see him. Maybe I think
he's a good bench option.
I could see him being maybe one of the first names in the lineup for like a cup match in the early stages. And the way he's been playing, I feel like that's someone you got to keep around, unless someone comes in after watching him in preseason and say, hey, here's £5 million. We want Andy Irving.
I don't know, mate.
I don't know. I don't know if I can justify if he's done enough to keep him around for like a sum like that. And again, that's peanuts, really. That could help us, could hurt us. Sullivan will probably pocket that money for himself. But I don't know. I think the way he's going, why not keep him around?
I think he's the perfect replacement for Downs.
He could be our new Christian Daly.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, mate. I know people say, I don't know about that. The finish is a good finish. Like, I mean, when I'm sitting there watching it, and none of the big hitters can get a fucking shot on target and on a pass today, yeah. And he comes on and he gets a first time finish, like top corner really to a point, spinning away from the goalkeeper. You've got to give him some credit. For me, the only thing I will say about West Ham today, which baffled me a little bit, is the style. Just it's mixed. It really is mixed at the minute, and I'm not seeing a style. And as I said earlier, Lopetegui was doing his nut, right? And I could see him. Where it is, where I was filming, I had really good seats today, Lucas. My mate really like. Shout out to Yardy, yeah. He set me up with some fucking proper seats in the ground, right? And I was just head height above the goal where I was, and I could see Lopetegui from the corner of the distance, literally going mad at some of the players. I don't know who he was going mad at, right? I couldn't tell you, but he wasn't impressed with some of the stuff West Ham was doing today, yeah. But I don't know, man. Andy Irving, I think he's all right.
I mean, I said it from the first preseason match, and again, you always got a side note. All this stuff. We're only two matches in, but still, even from the first match, I could say, hope you're well, early doors. I could just tell that, like, I don't really see the vision yet. I don't see like what our focus and attack is.
Yeah.
I don't really see like where our strength is, because I don't know. There's many different things you could talk about, you can angle in, and sometimes maybe there isn't a clear vision because we have enough quality players that you kind of just let them do their thing when they get into space. But again, I'm not sure, and we're probably not going to know until the third or last preseason match. And I'm hoping by the time I'm in Tampa, I will kind of understand what we're going to see. But yeah, really, I think today is all about Super Andy Irving.
It most certainly is. Let's get this man here. There's no one else out there other than True Hammer. Kane, how you doing, my friend?
Good evening, guys. How we doing?
I'm good, mate. How you, brother?
Fantastic.
Not too bad. I mean, I didn't watch the game. I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot about Irving. Apparently, a good game. Obviously, an unbelievable goal. So I don't have much to say on the game. Obviously, with Andy Irving, we are talking about 2 pre-season games. I mean, I genuinely wouldn't know how good this guy actually is. Do you know what I mean? If he's a backup, then fair play.
He's a good backup to have, Kane. For seeing him today, in the first half, West Ham weren't doing a lot, if I'm being honest. He comes on, completely different outfit. Like, West Ham are going forward second half, and they're looking to score goals. I think, personally, if you want to replace Flynn Downs, you've got a replacement there in Irving. I think that's a very good replacement. I think he's good with the ball at his feet. I think he's got an eye for a goal. He's got an eye for a pass. And one thing with our midfielders, I will say one thing, is none of them are really sort of creative enough. Yeah, Alvarez doesn't really create a lot. Ward-Prowse today, fucking hell, like he didn't do nothing really. And
James, I've heard people say he was excellent. And I've heard people say he was shit.
Yeah, but when you're sitting there and I'm watching him, he should it's a free kick, right, in the second half. And I'm thinking, here we go, get the video camera out, James. There's a goal coming in. Yeah, doesn't even go. He doesn't do fuck all. And you even hear it on my commentary on Twitter. I turned around and said, "What the fuck is that?" to my mate. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So there was, it was bitty. It was bitty today. Like, it ain't the finished article. And I think by the time the boys get to Tampa, Lucas can see him from there and go, right, I can understand what you're saying, right? But at the minute, it's very mixed. Very mixed for me. I'm not going to lie. Do you know what I'm saying? So what else you saying, Kane? How's things with you?
I'm all good. We had a nice Sunday. Went down pub, met a couple. Enjoyed sort of the sun. Obviously, missed the sun on Friday. It's been all right. Sorry, Karen.
I'll tell you, I did see today 2 people. One of them's a legend, and one of them's the son of our owner, and that is Jack Sullivan. I see Jack Sullivan come out the boardroom because obviously in Dagenham Bridge, I know quite a few people up there. So I slipped up to the old bar, and Trevor Brooking was the other person who was in there, and he was there and enjoying a nice little.
He's no Brian Deere, but he'll do.
He's proper, mate. But Jack fucking slips out there at the end. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to say the old man's a bastard, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I say, I don't know what more else I can add. Anything you want to add, Kane, on anything that's been said so far?
I guess the only obvious thing that everyone knows is people getting very what Kane's get. I don't know what that's it there.
Yeah.
People, I do see people getting a bit reactive. Maybe I don't know. Pretty boring comment, but it is pre-season. They're not going to be good. It's not going to be good to watch. I don't think I've ever seen a pre-season game where it looks, especially early on, where it looks good. Apart from maybe Arsenal once, that was about it.
And you know what? We probably won't be good for the first month of the season either. Spoiler alert.
I don't know. One thing I will say, Kane. Yeah, I said it to Luke just a minute ago. Is Lopetegui wasn't happy, mate. One thing I will say, and when if he's not happy, then there's obviously they're not doing what he wants them to do. Do you know what I mean? Because he was going, and I don't care what anyone says. I was there. I see the geezer. I even fucking zoomed in on him at stage. He's just going berserk. And at one stage, he was sitting there with his hands in his pockets, going like, fucking like they're not doing what I want them to do. So it's a work in progress. Obviously, West Ham have got to change their complete philosophy now. Do you know what I mean? From last season being low block FC, now we've got to be this team that's going to be completely different. So it's going to take time. But today I could just see it in him. Like I could see it from afar that he wasn't pleased with some of the shit that was being served up. Second half, I thought we was all right. I thought second half we come forward. Emerson was starting to get forward a bit more. Irving was a bit of a pain and doing these bit. And obviously, when Kudus come on, if he scores that overhead kick, it's one of the best goals I've ever seen live because it was fucking. The ball comes in, and I'm thinking this is going in the back of the net, and he's missed it by millimetres. So, you know, it is. It's just one of them, really. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think another positive note as well with the whole Andy Irving thing.
Yeah.
And again, today I can only go based off what I've heard on Twitter. I heard Orford and Potts again played pretty well, and those two and Irving could actually really solve our issues if they continue in the form. Because say Potts continues playing well, just like Irving, he could be another guy where would we like another kind of more veteran, more concrete backup option at DM? Yeah, but if Freddie Potts continues to play the way he is, he could be that backup option. Orford, again, another body in the squad that if something goes down, maybe he can step in for a couple matches. And then Irving as well is right in there.
Great comment. Yeah, I forgot about him because he drove me fucking berserk. Maxwell Cornet is done. Any person on social media says, give Maxwell Cornet a chance, he's going to be the next big thing. They need to really seriously seek help. Yeah, he is fucking shit. I mean, literally so bad. Yeah, there's no coming back from this. He must have been offside today, and this is no exaggeration, I'm about to say, 8 times. Fucking 8 times offside.
Mate, right? when he was fully fit, and I'm talking like Chelsea winner fit.
Yeah.
Same issue. He was always offside.
Yeah, I thought he was crap, just absolutely no good. And as I said earlier, I think Guilherme's a talent. I think Guilherme looks. I tell you what, he does look the real deal. I'm going to say this. Yeah, when I've seen him live today, I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, yeah, you look built. You just need to sort of be a bit more clever on the ball and also work the space for him. You work space for this geezer and play the ball over the top for him to run onto. I think he could be deadly for us. I mean, really deadly for us. But I think this geezer's not the second coming of Neymar next season. But give it a few years, I think he could.
For me, I like that because, I mean, again, I'm not going to say I don't dislike Brazilian players, but they do kind of have that stigma and that perception where they really don't do things by the book. They're a bit extra. And from what I've seen, again, which is only one match, and maybe in some things I've heard today, Guilherme just doesn't scream that to me. He's someone that it doesn't look like he tries too hard to beat his man. It looks like he does it effortlessly just by flicking the ball around him, which gives me hope. And then if you can do that effortlessly, and he's obviously Brazilian, he's got flair in his back pocket. There's moves and certain things that he can do that we haven't seen yet, and which would make me very excited. Because like Paqueta is not a textbook player. He's very flary. He does things when he wants, and like we've all said before, at times it's moments of brilliance. It's rabbit out of the hat, extraordinary. But then there's some times where you beg and plead for him to keep it basic, but he doesn't, and he gives it away. So that's why so far for me, I like the look of Guilherme a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Like for me, like Guilherme, I think we might have someone there, but he's not ready for next season. I'm going to be honest. If anyone expects him to come in and tear it up straight away, then they're fucking mad. Yeah, I think this is a player that can come in and be a bit part player over the next sort of season, but give him a couple of years at West Ham under Lopetegui. I don't know. I look at him and think, yeah, all right. There's definitely a talented footballer there. Let's put it like that. And I think if he can work the space, because today, what I noticed with Dagenham today, they doubled up on him quite a lot. Yeah, he didn't really get into the game as I wanted him to get into. When I was watching him, I wanted him to go balls through the middle and over the top. He did play a nice ball outside of the boot in for Cornet, but as Cornet is, as what he is, he was offside. So yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Kane, give us a wave. Give us a wave.
Anything else you want to add, son? Kane, would you, if I said to you right now, you got Kante or Andy Irving, what you going with?
Well, Kante, but like, listen, we're not getting Kante, are we? But that's just not happening. That's a complete waste of time. That is trying to do a deal with a club that don't want to sell him, that are mega rich. So don't take the mick, man. And yeah, that's just never happening. As much as Kante would be lovely to see in a West Ham shirt. But I want to say about. Could you imagine if we actually signed him? Like, it'd be hilarious.
I actually think if we sign him, I don't know where Andy Irving fits. And that's a bit of it. Like, I do think this geezer needs to be given a chance. I really do. I don't know why. I look at him today and I think, yeah, like you could do a job for us easily. Like, and what it is with him, yeah, what I noticed is he does the simple things very good. Like he just does like he's not this flamboyant midfielder that or anything like that, but he does the basics very, very good. And for West Ham, that's
we need
great.
to sell him, man. I'm seeing this. I'm going to see next season. I'll just start him. Look, James, you're there. Like, we need to give him a chance. I'm seeing people do these memes. Irving or Iniesta. Let's just sell this guy quick. I don't want to see this anymore. I'm sick of it already.
I literally just said before you came on, I was like, I like him a lot, but if someone were to throw £5 million at us, I couldn't justify keeping him.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I think he's a bit. I actually do think this geezer. When I look at other players in our team, yeah, I think he could do something. I don't know why. I
would love it, and I tweeted today. I would love nothing more, and I would ask for nothing else if we could just get a Craig Dawson-esque just era from Andy Irving, and I'd be a happy guy just because I would love to relive that Ballon Dawson era and just have a player to constantly overrate and just shout for.
Yeah, I must admit. What do you say about Zouma, mate? Because I put a photo up on Twitter earlier on, went fucking viral. You had two big ice packs on this man's knees, and I'm going to be honest, he wasn't great today, and it comes up at half time, and he's got two big ice packs on his knees. Like, what do we do with Kirk Zouma, mate? For you?
Well, we're trying to sell him, aren't we? But truth be told, I don't think anyone's going to come in for him.
Agree.
I think we're more likely to sell Guerd.
I thought he was all right today. Like, I really did. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. When I looked at him and Zouma as a pair, like first half, second half, yeah, I thought Aguerd done the stuff pretty well. The only problem with it now for Aguerd, I think we all know what the problem is this geezer can't defend it aerially. So when balls are coming in, he's afraid to get his head on the ball. I thought I know what someone's saying there about Kilman. I thought Kilman looks solid. He looks a solid defender. Like ball work to his feet looks good. But if I had a choice right now, and you've got two players that you have to, one of them you have to sell, and that's Aguerd or Zouma, I'm getting rid of Zouma, mate. He's done, bruv, 100%. And like us keeping him, he's going to cost us more points if we keep him. Let's put it like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think Aguerd would cost us more points.
I don't know, Lucas. I don't know. He looks fucked, mate. He looked knackered after about the 25th minute. And I'm watching him, I'm thinking, and I'm going to be honest, the tempo of the game wasn't Premier League tempo. This was like a testimonial tempo. Yeah, obviously second half it was a bit different because West Ham come out and they had a really good go and tried to like crosses in and things like that and try and make things happen. First half was like, it was basic pace really, and he's struggling with that. You know what I'm saying? So, proper hammer, you know who he is. Tay, I'd rather have extended a Bonner than keep Zouma. Yeah, that's valid, mate. Epic says, I can't sell Zouma, but we could probably send him out on loan and save some money. Well, we need to do something. I know that. Anything on your mind, boys, before we make a move, Lucas? Anything you want to discuss? Anything that you've seen? Kane, same to you. Anything you've seen? What you saying?
I'll let Kane have the floor first if he has anything on his mind.
I'm trying to think of something really. I got nothing to say. I do expect next week. I know I'm the voice of calmness, but I do expect next week transfers to really be bedded in now and sort of really come into fruition.
Has to, mate. Yeah, I agree.
I'll tell you one thing. You're the voice for me. You speak for me.
Well, thank you, Lucas.
I mean, we could talk about the Tomori news that's come out a couple hours ago.
It was sick.
I mean,
I don't know. Well, what are you saying? Because obviously I haven't seen much news. I know expert and the thing is, on social media, some people are saying that X update was a bit shit, and then other people are saying that X update's a bit good. So you tell me, Luke.
From what I've heard, and again, I wouldn't call it a shit update. It's just it's realism. Like, you just can't always buy. You've got to sell some players, and like we just can't spend 100-odd mil without selling any players. We all know that. We all know coming into the window, like that was it. Even though Super Tim said we don't need to, in life you just can't buy with a business. We all know that. So
I'm gonna
we got to get rid of Zouma or Aguerd first off. We already got a decent chunk of change for Downs, but the whole Tomori thing, I don't know. Again, it all depends on the price tag. I hate how much like the price tag really like comes into play because, like you said earlier, how you were talking about Andy Irving, he does the basics well, blah blah blah. Max Kilman does the same thing as well, but for £40 million, like I expect a bit more than doing the basics.
When I looked at him today, he's not a £40 million defender. I don't look at him and go, fuck me.
And that's what I said that the other day as well. But I think at the end of it, I think Kilman, not to harp on it too much, I think Kilman will prove me wrong at the end of the day, which I hope he does. But the Tomori thing, I mean, can we really turn our nose up to Tomori when our options for second center half are Mavropanos, Aguerd, and Zouma? I'd say no, but again, it all depends on the price. I think Tomori is decent. He doesn't seem like a Premier League defender to me, if that makes sense. Because I look at his F brief, whatever you want to call it. He decent interception rate, a good tackle rate, a good block rate as well, but doesn't win a lot of aerial duels. He doesn't really progress the ball forward or retain it like well. He's just like he just defends. He's got pace and he's strong, but like you need a bit more than that in the Premier League, in my opinion.
I agree. Kane, what are you saying in regards of Tomori?
I don't think he's. I think he's all right. When you see in the fee, that's ridiculous. He's not that good. And
and I don't know what he's worth. I don't know what AC Milan would be asking for. But if I had to assume, I mean, my general rule of thumb, or the first price I think about is £30 million. Would I pay over or under £30 million for him? I think he's probably right at about £30 million for me. And would that be good business? I'd probably say, mate, I guess, because he is proven to a point, and there's been multiple times, in my opinion, he probably should have made the England squad. But again, that's just my opinion. Transfer market right now says his market value is €40 million. So I'm right about there in terms of my guess.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. If I'm hearing like Tomori, then why the fuck are we not going after Chalobah? Like, really? Like, why are we not looking at Chalobah and trying to get him out of Chelsea and putting a bid in? And like, this is a geezer who's 24 years of age. He's homegrown. He fits. I think he'd fit in perfect to West Ham as a young centre half. I think he's done pretty good at Chelsea. I don't get the Tomori one, but I'm going to be straight and I'm going to get your opinions on this. And it's probably going to blow up in the fucking chat, but fuck it. But Tim Steiden's got to liven up and all. Because I think he's getting away with fucking murder at the minute. Like, this geezer, people say, "Oh, don't worry about it. Chill out. It's only it's in the summer and all this shit." Like, we said the other week, and our words were, by the time the boys get to Tampa, yeah, they've got to have at least 5 players in the ranks. Yeah, they've got 3 in there. Yeah, me.
Let's be real. Let's count it as 2.
Well, it's 2, isn't it? Okay, yeah, fair enough. It's 2 players, right? Because the other one's a third choice goalkeeper, right? So, like, I would have thought if you're going to go to Tampa on a pre-season tour of America, you would have these geezers in place. And I don't know why, and I'm going to let Kane speak, yeah, after what I've said. But this feels like a scattergun approach. Now, is Steidten able to do his job, or is fucking Sullivan pulling the strings? Do you know what I mean? Because if it's Sullivan, then it just tells you all you need to know. Yeah, all these players at the minute that we're being linked with, they feel. Shout out to Terry. Yeah, they feel like a Sullivan. Like, they feel like Sullivan players all day long. Kane, what are you saying on that, man?
I get it. Like, yeah, I agree. Like, the players we're linked with don't feel like this hidden gem football manager region sort of players. But I didn't think Tim Steidten would be fully like that. We are in the Premier League. We do have different rules, the Bundesliga, homegrown quota and stuff like that. And the first window of a project, I guess, isn't going to be full-blown 100% change. It's going to be a gradual change. So, listen, Sullivan signs the checks. He calls the shots. He is the guy. So, and everyone sat there and fully thought Sullivan's not going to, I mean, it's big money, big window. If he's not going to have some sort of say, some sort of control, they'll probably deluded. So maybe I was a bit too. But I don't know. Look, we have spent money on a Brazilian, which we don't usually do. But yeah, it does feel like a bit like you look at these transfer leagues and Kay's right there. Like, you see him last year, and people will probably be complaining because it's like Moyes, wherever Moyes wanted was apparently bad. But what I want to say is, James, you come on, you mug off League One Wes, yeah? 2 games, 2 clean sheets, 2 halves, 2 clean sheets. We're coming for Areola, you bum. League One Wes.
Fair enough. He has kept 2 clean sheets. But
we might turn Areola back into League One Alphonse.
I know. I just want to say this about what Tay's saying there, yeah, and I make Tay 100% right, and I will back up Tay 100% on this. So I see Tay getting a lot of shit on social media, yeah. All the links that we are getting sort of linked to are previous targets. Yeah, they just feel like previous targets.
I would say 85 to 90% of them. And I was going to mention what you were going to say. The only 2 off the top of my head that I can think of this window, or well, there's 3 players I've never heard of, but 2 that I can sort of get behind a little bit was Guilherme.
Yeah,
which he is starting to prove me wrong a little bit from my initial thoughts. And then Wesley Gasanova. All the others we have been linked with countless times.
Yeah.
But sorry, continue.
No, I agree, mate. I agree. And I understand what usual I understand what usual suspect is saying there. He said I was being a bit harsh, but there's no time. There's no time to waste. Like people keep thinking that the season starts when the transfer window finishes. The season starts on the 17th of August, which is 4 weeks from now, and we need a centre forward at this club. We need a midfielder at this club. We need a right back at this club. We need a left winger at this club.
Centre half.
Like, yeah, we need a centre half at this club, and it's like we are. I don't know what we're doing, if I'm honest. Like when I'm looking at it and I'm going through the links of players, and I'm doing a fucking transfer show or some shit, and I'm looking at Dominic Calvert-Lewin getting linked every fucking time with West Ham, Callum Wilson, right? And these players, these are dead players, mate. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. These are dead players. And where are the up and coming gems? Do you know what I mean? Guilherme, fair enough. Yeah, Guilherme's come. He's done all right. Yeah, obviously he's 18 years old. You can't put the weight of the world on the geezer straight away. So I don't know. Like if Tomori comes in to West Ham, and let's have it right, this is a man who refused to play for West Ham last time. He got offered the chance to play for West Ham to sign him, and he turned us down. So that's a bit of an iffy one still. But I don't know. I just, for me, Lucas, I don't know about you, and I don't know about you, Kane, but I do not know what the transfer plan is at the minute. I've got no idea. Right.
I don't either. That's why all the previous incredible, remarkable line judgments and comments from people when we had our last manager in saying, "Oh, what is this guy thinking?" Blah 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 blah. Like it really just doesn't matter at the end of the day, and it's all down to who owns the football club. But now it's starting to be highlighted a bit more because I think people are getting prepared for a bit of a lackluster season. I think someone said the other day that West Ham are 11-10 to finish in the top half, and I'll tell you right now, I would not put my money on that. That does not seem like a guarantee.
If the season started next week and West Ham were that price, I'll be laying West Ham to finish in the bottom half. Because I just don't see it in a minute. Yeah. And obviously, big players change games. Bowen, Alfred, Antonio, Souček, Soufal. Yeah. Looking at Mo today, Mo's ready. Like Mo's up for Mo. Mohamed Kudus, I'm going to say this, he's a fucking very, very good player. He's one of the best players I've seen at West Ham. Yeah, I've seen some talented footballers at our club, and he looks the real fucking deal, this geezer, right, Mo? And we need players around him. But
there's also question marks there, like Paqueta. We have no idea where this guy's head's going to be, or even if he's going to be on the pitch. I think he will be, but got to check on his mental. Alvarez isn't going to be playing. So we got a hole in DM there. I don't know who's going to step in, and we still have uncertainty of like what our best starting 11 is going to be under Lopetegui, and even the vision as well. Like and again, I'm no football expert, I'm no footy genius, but typically I'm able to kind of look at like what kind of formation we're playing, what our tactics are. I haven't really noticed a lot of difference since last season, if I'm being honest.
I'm going to be honest. I agree. Yeah, and I see people today starting to question Steidten. The people who said that Steidten's the best thing to ever come to ever be at West Ham. I'm going to be straight before I let Kane have the floor for whatever he wants to say before we wrap this up. Is that he has to liven up, and he has to liven up sharpish. And I'm sorry, this geezer's an employee. If you're going to go at Moyes last season and say about him, then you got to go at Steidten. Yeah. Guilherme's a good player, but he's nowhere near the finished article. He's nowhere fucking near it. Like this geezer is a young up and coming player that is going to need a year at the very least to bed into our club, right? So anyone thinking that he's going to come in and just tear the fucking house down is beyond crack, yeah. And what I can't understand at the minute is why we're waiting. Now there is one thing, and I said it the other day on the space, and I'll say it right now. Ivan Toney, West Ham United, late in the window. Mark my words, that is what I think is coming. Yeah. Darren Anthony, Peterborough's chairman said it on TalkSport yesterday, exactly what I said on the space the night before when Kane was on there with me. Yeah. I believe that West Ham are looking at Ivan Toney, and I reckon they're going to wait late in the day. So Sullivan's going to try and take the piss out of Brentford at the depth, and it's whether or not he gets away with it or not. And if he does, then great. If he don't, then it leaves us up shit's creek. Kane, what are you saying on the Steidten thing, mate, before I let you go?
Yeah, I guess I still wait with Steidten to fully judge. You know, I know a transfer window is not easy, and we buy a lot of players. You got to strategize. Is that a word? Probably not a word, but it sounds really smart or dumb. But it does. You look at every transfer window; it just feels like a genuine transfer window, genuine normal West Ham transfer window. Apart from about 3 weeks in Brazil when we were linked to every shit Brazilian going. That's about it at the moment. You can only really call it for what it is. But I got faith. We'll get some good players in. If you're looking at Tony and stuff, I've got faith that next season's going to be good regardless because we've got good players and Lopetegui's going to fix the defence. But it just looks like a normal West Ham transfer window linked to every player here. Oh, look, we're going to get Jovic now, whatever his name is. Oh, we're in for him. Just feels a bit West Hammy.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
It's expected, and that's why like someone like me, I'm just annoyed with all the people that like were blowing smoke up Steid's ass. Like,
right.
It really, like, is he really going to make the difference? It's almost like politics at the end of the day. Are they really going to do what they say? Is that really going to happen? I've yet to see it. Like we've mentioned a million times on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. Stein's a pearl diver. He's a gem hunter. Where? I don't see him. I have not, like I mentioned, there's been 3 players with us this window that are outside of a Big 5 league that I've never heard of in my life. And with Steidten and all the things I heard, I thought we'd be hearing players from the Bundesliga, people in Brazil, just like, I don't know. It hasn't lived up to expectation, but there's still weeks to go for him to prove us wrong or get some players in. But at the end of the day, until the owner leaves, I feel like nothing really ever of value is going to happen.
I agree. I was just sorting my lighting out. Listen, at the end of the day, I understand what Scott's saying there. Yeah, I see that comment there. Lewis Guilherme was never the finished article. Was brought in now because he would be a real special talent. Remember, he's only 18. By the time he's 20, his potential will be met. Hopefully, yeah, I agree. But we don't need future. We need right now. And the problem is we haven't got right now. We haven't got a centre forward right now at this club. And our defence is just fucking iffy, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? So that needs to be addressed. Listen, Lewis Guilherme, on top of everyone else, is a good signing. Lewis Guilherme right now is like, well, what's going on with everyone else? So
in this comment right here from Ben, I don't necessarily full-heartedly disagree with we wouldn't have got Kudus and Alvarez without him.
Mm.
I'm not.
We got Paqueta without him. That's nonsense. Yeah. Sorry, Ben. Look, all respects. They were already being worked on to an extent from Noble and the club before. And listen, we got Alvarez because Dortmund pulled out. That's essentially why we got Alvarez and stuff like that. And Kudus is a great transfer, by the way. But we got him because Brighton didn't want to do a release clause and stuff like that. So, no, it's not. It's chance. It's a little bit of chance, a little bit of waiting game. If you're going to attribute it to one person because, you know.
Exactly.
It's silly.
And I do think Tim Steidten, to finish Kane's point, I don't think Tim Steidten is some sort of loser, some squid. Like, I don't think he's a loser of a guy. Like, he looks like a decent bloke, a personable. So I would hope that he could be good with the players that we're about to sign. He can close a deal, but he's not the end all be all. He's not the reason why these players are here. Yeah, he seems like a great person to put on the plane, close the deal. And there's nothing wrong with that. He was part of a team at Leverkusen. We've said it a million times, but he's not by himself here.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, where's the fucking playing pictures? Last season, all we see is Big Tim on the fucking plane with a playing picture. What's the plane run out of fucking petrol all of a sudden now? Then
That's just why the whole like Tim Stein's the greatest thing that's happened in this club. It's a load of shit in my opinion, because I'm not saying he's not good at his job, but people are perceiving him as some lone wolf warrior who sees blood, goes after what he wants. That's not the case at all. He is part of a team, and he'll always be part of a team. If he went to Liverpool, if he would have left us and went to Liverpool, he would have had a team. But if he was by himself at Liverpool, I would be genuinely curious on how they operate, how many players they get. But people need to stop acting like he is an army of one. Yeah. He's got plenty of people around him with influence and knowledge.
Yeah, but what it is, Lucas, right, is that these people keep saying about fucking Steidten like he's the best thing since sliced bread, right? This geezer's been out to Brazil 6 or 7 times now. That is fucking mental. He's out there again. He's over there again. Like, I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing? Like, we need to be ready. Right? And one thing I'm going to say is, I understand the window doesn't shut till September. I get all that. But West Ham start on the 17th of August. So isn't it when you start the Premier League season, or is it because, like, or what? Like, do you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I'm not convinced yet. This was his moment now, Steidten. And he's brought in an 18-year-old potential, Wes Forrington, and a £40 million Max Gilman. This is not exactly like blowing up fucking mountains at the minute.
And you know what? To close on that thought, if Steidten was such a killer, such an army of one, he knows exactly what he's doing. Why on earth would he succumb to Lopetegui's request to pay £40 million for Max Gilman when we know he is nowhere near that price? Doesn't sound like a killer to me, what these people are saying.
It's not only that. I said it the other day on the stream. I turned and said that they're also looking at Eddie Nketiah at Arsenal.
Oh, yeah. No. Marseille, thankfully, are trying to close the deal now. Please, put us out of our misery.
25 million a man for Nelson and Eddie Nketiah. That is, not for me. Not for me. I understand what Scott's saying. J-Lo needs time to bed in new players. I agree with that 100%. And the thing, what my argument is with anyone on this, is that these players should be here ready to go to the US of A. So next week, right, they fly out, I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, because I think the next game, when is the next game, Lucas? I think it's the 29th, isn't it? I'm sure it's the 29th.
Should be next
Saturday, I think it is.
It should be next Saturday, the 27th.
Yeah, next Saturday.
Because I leave Thursday morning.
Yeah, so they're going to fly out Wednesday or Thursday, right? These players, or whenever they're flying out, because like Terry's saying they fly tomorrow. I don't know about tomorrow, but whenever they fly out, yeah, they should be all ready to go on a pre-season tour of the US of A in 2 games against 2 sides, well, one of them are they both Premier League sides? I can't remember who they are.
Yeah,
Wolves and Palace.
Yeah, so it's like, and I just don't feel it. So yeah, Kane, right? Anything you want to add before I let you go?
Nothing really. I guess keep the faith. That's about it, really.
The doors have not blown off for me yet. I'm far from it, but I mean, it's hard to not speculate or try and predict what will happen. It is hard for some people to live in the moment. I'm trying to live the transfer window day by day, because if you do get sucked in, it will ruin your life, because we all care about this club. But again, I'm just minorly speculating right now. I'm nowhere near Mayday, code red, panic mode. Someone press the nuke button now.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Kane, take it easy. I'll catch up with you later, mate. Take care. That's been Kane. I understand what you're saying, Lucas. I understand what you're saying. But when I've seen West Ham today, I know it's a pre-season friendly. I know it's Dagenham and Redbridge. I'll get it all that. Yeah. But I do think we need a lot of work before the time we get to the 17th of August. Mark my words on this. If West Ham don't get Duran and Ivan Toney's still available, Sullivan will go in for him at the depth. Trust me. right at the back end of the window when he knows that Brentford's he's going to play the card of basically take it or leave it deal. Well, I don't know why. And as I said on the air just a minute ago, Darren Anthony said that it will be the best signing West Ham's made as a centre forward in the last 12 years. Do you know what I mean? Bringing Ivan Toney.
Probably more than that.
Well, probably since Antonio to a point, but Antonio's not a centre forward; he's a winger. So it is one. It's 1 for 1, isn't it? Lucas, anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
No. I wish I was able to watch the match today, but Karen Brady and Sullivan had other ideas. Hopefully, we'll be able to watch the next preseason match. I haven't really looked into if they're going to be streaming it or not, but yeah. I mean, all we can hope is that some of these targets we know of and that we heard of that we like, they formulate into something more concrete. But can only live and pray right now because nothing seems very close as of yet. The closest thing to me that looks like happening is Jean-Claire, but everything else it seems a bit not totally far out, but like I said, the closest thing right now seems like Jean-Claire to Debo, but he still has to make a decision if he wants to come to West Ham or not, and then but yeah, everything else doesn't really feel close. So
that's it. That's us done for the weekend. I thought I'd give you a little have your say. Listen, I appreciate all the messages I got on Twitter, filming, sitting there for an hour and a half or 20 minutes and then 5-minute break and another 25 minutes and then a full 45 in the second half was a bit of a killer on the arms, but it is what it is. One thing I will say is I will never, ever, ever see a West Ham fan have to pay out for a fucking training ground exercise. Ever. Yeah. And if I have to go and do a live from the fucking building across the road, I will. Do you know what I'm saying? I've done my best and it is what it is. That's been Lucas. That's been me. I will see you again next week at some point. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your weekend. West Ham won today. Andy Irving, football genius. Bye-bye.